Are you interested about studying abroad with a fully funded scholarship with all expenses covered? What if I told you there is really very prestigious scholarship currently applying for you, and you might be one of the awardee? So as you can see here, this is the Swiss Government Excellence Scholarship. Many people are really asking questions related to this scholarship. So that's the reason why I'm making this video, because for them it's really confusing. And yeah, so I will be talking about the full benefit of this scholarship, the level of studies, and also the eligibility criteria, the application process and timeline. And also I will also provide some tips to help you as an applicant to increase your chance of getting accepted. But once again, as I said in my videos, I am not an agent of this uh, scholarship. Okay, I am just sharing opportunities for international students to have those opportunities, and also sometimes I give tips because I am a scholarship awardee, so I know how scholarship works actually. Okay, so before we start, if this is your first time watching my videos, I invite you to like this video, and also of course subscribe, and also share this to someone who might be interested about scholarship. Okay, I am a full scholarship awardee and decided to help other people also achieve their dream for getting a scholarship. Okay, so let's start right now. So as you can see, this scholarship is in Europe. Okay, it is the Swiss government excellent scholarship. Okay, as you can see here, the following information is intended for individuals interested in applying for a Swiss government excellent scholarship. So we will go to the details on how you can prepare your application. Okay, so I will also leave the application link for you to see all the information that I have shared here with you. However, I invite you to watch until the end of the video to know how this scholarship work, and also how you can be one of the awardee of the scholarship by applying the instruction, like the tips that I will provide you. Okay, so first of all, there are three categories, okay, of the scholarship, until four. First of all, we have the research fellowship, and we also have the PhD scholarship. We have the postdoctoral scholarship, and also the art scholarship. Okay, also each of these scholarship, I will explain them step by step, and also will provide full information related to that. And there are also the eligibility criteria, the selection, the duration, how you can contact a supervisor, the universities that are accepting applicant for this scholarship, and okay, and everything that you need to know, document and everything. Okay, now let's get back to the first step, which are the type of scholarship available under this government scholarship. Okay, first of all, we have the research fellowship. Okay, the research fellowship here is enable selected applicant to carry out 1-year research project as part of their doctoral study at high Swiss education or recognized research. So this is valid for full-time research in Switzerland. So if you are interested about research, okay, you would like to conduct research, you can apply for this scholarship. This is a 1-year research project. Okay, you have a research project, you are passionate about research, and you would like to have funding about that to help you carry out your research independently and also contribute to the society. You can apply for this one. This is a 1-year program, okay, for valid full time. This is not also a part-time. So what is the eligible people? Like, this scholarship is targeted for highly qualified early career researcher from all academic field, including young medical doctor. Priority will be given, of course, to individuals who have who have not previously studied or conducted research in Switzerland. If, for example, you have never conducted research in Switzerland, you are from other countries, and you are interested about applying for scholarship, you can apply for this one, because priority will be given to people like you, and also highly qualified researcher. Okay, and the eligibility for this one is very simple. As you can see here, you must hold a master's degree or equivalent by you must complete your master's degree or equivalent of it by 31st July 2026 next year. Okay, and it doesn't mean that if you are currently doing a master's degree you cannot apply. You can apply, of course. If you are having, like, you're completing your master's degree right now, you can apply, because by next year, because the application will start in August, we still have time. So you will apply, and then before 31st July 2026, you will be having your master's degree before you start your study, before you start your next project. Okay, so date of birth after 31st December 1990. Detailed research plan with a timeline specifying key milestone and activity. So you should also have your detailed plan with a timeline of your project, what you are writing, and how you plan yourself to implement that project within the timeline, because as you can see, it's just 1 year program. Okay, you also must have a letter of support from academic supervisor. So it will send us down there where I will explain about how to contact the supervisor. Okay, part of the document that we will provide for this scholarship is to have a letter of support from an academic supervisor. It means here, if you don't have a supervisor, it will not be easy for you to get this scholarship, because as a research student, you need to have someone who will supervise your work while you are implementing your project, your research project. Okay, you should also include a short CV of your achievement and everything about you related to the program you are applying for. Okay, so if you already reside in Switzerland, date of entry must not be earlier than 1st of August 2025. Okay, so the selection criteria for this one is like you have to have academic profile, research competence, and also motivation. They need to feel your motivation why you guys want to this scholarship. Okay, and another thing is like your academic profile. What have you already published? Like you, of course, maybe published, because this is highly qualified people. And also your research competence, your originality of your methodology and quality of your project. You have quality of supervision, potential for future collaboration. Okay, the duration is maximum of 12 months for this program. No extension is available. You will start your study in 1st of September 2026. It means next year you have 1 year ahead for you to prepare very well for this application. So the scholarship amount is 1,090,000, okay, per month, to cover to cover basic living expensive for one person. So here, if you have a spouse, you cannot if you have to use all the external like living stipend, okay, for you to cover for his expensive. Okay, because this amount will only be living allowance, basic need for only you. Okay, this is not a salary, as you can see. So Manson, I will down there, you will see the full benefit of all the scholarship. Now let's go to the second type of scholarship here, as this is the PhD scholarship. This is intended to support selected applicant in pursuing a PhD. This is really going to be interesting now, because this is not only for like 1 year. This is a PhD program, depending on your program like of study. Okay, this is valid for only full-time research in Switzerland. So you need to be doing full-time research in Switzerland, not part-time. Okay, so it's also targeted almost the same. It's high qualified researcher who have completed a master's degree in any academic field. Any academic field, if you have completed a master's degree, you can apply for this one. Okay, and of course priority will be given as the first group who have not also previously studied or conducted research in Switzerland. So master degree, the eligibility criteria is also almost the same. You have to be completing your master's degree before July 2026. Okay, and date of birth is after 31st of December 1999. Okay, 1990. Sorry. Detailed research plan with a timeline specifying key milestone. As a as a research student, you always need to have a plan. Like, what are you going to research? How are you going to research that research? And also, like, when are you going to complete? Expected date of completion, like, and everything related to your research project, because it's a project. Okay, you cannot just stand up and apply without having a project. Okay, that's why it's really important even to have a supervisor while applying for the scholarship. Okay, so applicant must have a letter of support from academic supervisor, of course, what I mentioned earlier. Okay, so if the applicant already resides in Switzerland, date of entry also must not be earlier than 1st of August. This is like the same thing with the first one. Okay, almost the same thing for selection criteria: academic profile, research competence, motivation. Originality is very important. Originality and methodological quality of the project, what you are at, is really very important about the originality of your project. Okay, quality of supervision and potential for future collaboration. Okay, now the duration 12 months, but this one is renewable of twice for up to 36 months to academic progress during the first 12 months. So it means this one is not only for 12 months, but they will renew it until you complete like the 36 months. Okay, until you complete your project. That's why. Okay, so it's the same thing. It's 1,920. You can complete this too. You can like convert this amount to euro or dollar depending on your country's money to know how much is going to be in your amount. But it's really very important to know like the condition of living expensive in Switzerland or in the university where you are choosing. Okay, before you decide, of course. So let's go to the third part of scholar. This is for postdoctoral. This is for people carrying out postdoctoral research project in one of Swiss university, of course. And also this one is also for full-time. The target group is the same as I mentioned previously. The completion of the PhD thesis between January 1st 2023 and 31st July 2026. Okay, so detailed research with a timeline specifying the same thing. You must have also an academic supervisor in Switzerland in one of the university that we can see down. If the applicant already reside here, is the same thing also. The date must not be earlier than 1st of August 2025. The selection criteria is the same: academic profile, research competence and motivation, originality and methodological quality of the project, quality of supervision and potential for future collaboration. So this one, the maximum duration of the postdoctoral program is 12 months. This scholarship cannot be extended. It means like the PhD program or like the research program, this one also is 12 months and you cannot extend it. It's only the PhD program that can be extended. Okay, but this amount is 3,000 instead of just 1,000. This is 3,500 per month for the 12 months to cover basic living, and of course it's not a salary. So apart from that, there's also art scholarship. These are intended for art students wishing to obtain their first master's degree in Switzerland. So these scholarships are available also at all Swiss conservatory and art school. They are available to applicants from only a limited number of countries. So you need to make sure you check your country to see if your country is part of the country eligible. I will go down later to show you that. Okay, so the objective is like to enable selected applicant to pursue their first master's degree at a Swiss art school or conservatory, valid for only full-time student. Okay, full-time study. You need to be highly talented artists who do not already hold a master's degree. Okay, so you need to be also like of course priority will be given to individuals who have not previously studied in Switzerland. Of course, the scholarship is only available to only a limited number of countries. So you need to make sure that you check your country, check the list of countries, and see if your country is part of the eligible country before you start your application and waste your time. So the eligibility criteria is almost the same as the previous. However, here applicant must not yet hold a master's degree at the start of the scholarship. So it means before you start your master's degree, you should apply for this scholarship, because if you already have a master's degree, it means you are not eligible for this scholarship. Okay. However, for the admission process, there is an entrance exam and submitted application to a Swiss art or music school. So if the applicant also reside already here, like in Switzerland, the date of entry must not be earlier than 1st of August 2025. Okay. For this one, the selection criteria different, because there's artistic profile, qualification and motivation, submitted portfolio, artistic maturity and potential, enrollment availability at the desired school. The duration is 12 months, extension possible up to maximum of 21 months, about 2 years. Okay, depending on the chosen master's degree program and the required ECT credit. The program will start in 1st September 2026. Okay, the scholarship amount is the same as the research and PhD amount. Okay, so research scholarship, academic supervision required. So as I mentioned earlier, so each applicant must find a supervisor in Switzerland to endorse the proposed research project. So down below, you will see here, as you can see, these are universities. These are the universities where you can find a supervisor. Okay, So I will not go all this university, but as I will leave the link with you, you will go through the link and see the university that most resonate with your research. Okay, you will check the university and go to the faculty of this university and see according to your interest which of the faculty member is aligned with your research, and then you contact this supervisor to ask for their support, because you will need a support letter as part of the application process. Okay, and yeah, so after that, it is your responsibility, of course, of the individual of the each individual scholarship applicant to find a suitable academic supervisor. So it's very important that you you reach out to the university if possible to ask about professor or align, or you make your own research, because you can do it also through the faculty member. You will see picture and profile of the professor, so you try to check which one is more aligned with your research. Okay, so before contacting a potential supervisor, check whether the academic supervisor at the highest at those universities is conducting research which is aligned in your desired field. You need to assess yourself, make sure that your skill and credential meet all the requirements. Don't just jump to apply. Okay, so through your research, be precise. For example, verify the degree requirement relevant to your intended scholarship before reaching out. So make sure that your profile is aligned to the research project, because if you only apply for applying, they will just reject you for rejecting. Okay, so it's very important that you make a self-assessment, you be precise, and you check, okay, the scholarship objective, your profile, and see if it is aligned. Okay, don't just apply to scholarship for applying. And also keep in mind this: the search for an academic supervisor can take weeks or even months, because those professors, they receive a lot of emails, inquiries related to supervision and everything. So take your time and apply early and submit your email early to the supervisor, so that you can get like a response within the timeline. Okay, so you have to note also that the application for a PhD scholarship, including the letter of support from a host university, and the application for admission to a doctoral program at Swiss Higher Education Institute, are two separate procedures. Of course, you need to find a supervisor differently from finding an admission, like from applying for admission. It's very different stage, because part of the application, like application document, is the support letter from a supervisor. So you need to reach out first to the supervisor for having the support letter before you apply for the scholarship. Okay, they also made a video here where you can have how you can contact a supervisor. It's very important that you can go through it. And yeah, these are the universities that you can apply for according to your research project. The first group here is for research scholarship, the 12 months project, and the second one is for the postdoctoral and research fellowship, and also this one is for the art scholarship at host institution. Okay, so these are where you can apply for your PhD or your research project in one of these universities. Try to contact the university or go to their website, check their faculty member, and see which one is more aligned with your research. Okay, so key element of the scholarship, so that you need to know if you are applying for research scholarship. You have to have your complete CV, including educational background, degree, position, publication, teaching, and practical experience. Okay, you need to have a letter of motivation, maximum 2 pages, reason for wanting to stay in Switzerland, significant for your story, for your future career, and professional plan after the scholarship expires. You have to clearly define the research objective with research proposal, maximum 5 pages, including a summary for non-specialists based on the application number, like application form, when you are applying. Okay, this does not apply to applicant for an art school. You also have to have a letter of support from the academic supervisor at a Swiss higher education institution. Short CV, of course, maximum 2 pages. For research fellowship, you need to have short CV of the academic supervisor at your home university. For PhD at graduate school, confirmation of admission, you need also to have that one. 2 letters of recommendation must be submitted directly by email by 2 different professors in the relevant academic field during the application process. So you need to ask for recommendation letter from your former supervisor. For example, in your master's degree supervisor, you ask them to write email, like to write recommendation letters for you for the application. Okay, copy of certificate, transcript from previous university, if not in English, French, okay, Italian or German, with certified translation. For India, self-certification accepted. Now, for certified copy signed by a doctor stating that you are a fit for mission, use FCC only. So this is a different form only for doctor, like for certificate signed by a doctor. Okay. Now you also have to your copy of your passport. If you have dual citizenship, please submit copy of both passport. If you are already residing in Switzerland, you need to provide your residence permit or confirmation of registration. It's almost the same thing for the arts scholarship as well. Okay, so the scholarship amount here, I have already shared it before. However, there are some that was missing. We are not going to go back down up here about the amount of the living allowance. We just go down to the additional benefit, which is the health insurance. Okay, this scholarship will cover your health insurance. Okay, and then also one-time grant of 300 sorry, for rental deposit, half fare travel card for public transport. You will also have it. In addition, the coordinating body organized excursion and activity for federal scholarship holders. So return flight allowance. So if you are you already scholarship holder from non-UA country, receive a return flight allowance amount determined by country of origin. This allowance may be used up to 2 months after expiry of the scholarship exclusively for the purpose of returning to the home country. Okay. Costs to be paid by scholarship holder, tuition fees, the federal. Now this one here is the one you will be the one paying this one. For example, you want to go for conferences, the cost of participating to conference, you are the one who will pay it. Okay, field research, PhD holder may also request to do field research for up to 6 months. All associated costs are borne by the scholarship holder. Travel expensive, scholarship holder from non-UA must pay their own travel from their own travel expensive. If you are from UA, you need to pay, or if they a country within the European country there, you need to pay for your own travel expenses. Okay, scholarship holder obligation, and now here is place of residence. You are required to reside in Switzerland during your application, during your study. Family and children scholar amount only cover the living allowance for one person, so no family are provided. You need to cover for your family if you decide to go with your family. Additional scholarship income. Some university require additional funding from academic supervisor, must be notified if any other financial support is provided from other scholarship. Like some university provide funding for their student. So if so, you need to let the the one in charge know about this funding. Okay, field research outside Switzerland is not permitted during the research fellowship and postdoctoral program. So for your field of research, you need to do everything within Switzerland, not outside. Okay, exclusion criteria. Applicant will not be considered if no academic supervisor has been indicated. So you need to have someone from Switzerland, one of the professors, to accept you to be your supervisor. No letter of support from academic supervisor has been provided. So it means you have to be you have to have that letter of support. Okay, the academic supervisor is the same person as the reference person in the country of origin. It cannot be. You has to be someone who is in Switzerland, not someone from your country. Applications are submitted simultaneously for several host universities. So you only need to apply for one university. You cannot apply for several universities, because if you apply to several universities, you will not be considered. You just apply to one university. So that's why it's very important that you check which university is aligned more with your research. Okay, applications are submitted with more than one research project proposal. So you need only to have one research project proposal, not many. The applicant has been residing in Switzerland for more than 1 year. I already told you how to do that. Like it's only not earlier than August. Like it means not more than 1 year in Switzerland. The application is incomplete or contain formal errors. PhD applicant, the official confirmation of admission from recognized graduate school is missing. So it means you don't have yet an admission letter. They will not consider you. So for the postdoctoral scholarship application, the academic supervisor in Switzerland has already supervised the doctoral thesis or was co-supervised within the framework of cumulative quotidian details. Okay, so you don't have also to be in this situation. If not, you will not be considered. This is the fourth application after 3 unsuccessful attempt. You cannot apply also multiple times, because if they just reject you, there's no other opportunity for applying again. The application has already received a Swiss Federal Exchange Scholarship, so you must be not receiving like other scholarship from the government of Swiss. Okay, because this scholarship is for people. Priority is given to people who have never studied in Switzerland, okay, and never also receive scholarship. Now the application will open from starting from August 4, 2025. So you still have time. You still have time to contact the university and ask them about like, yeah, you ask them about the application process for the university, to contact the supervisor, and also everything that you need to know related to the application process and timeline within the university where you are interested in. Now, once you have those information, you can then try to start your application for your program of study. If this video was helpful, try to leave a comment. Let me know from which country you are watching, and also don't forget to join my WhatsApp group where you can interact with other international students seeking scholarship abroad. Okay, don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Okay, as you can see, there are 163 videos that I have made so far. This is huge. Just within 1 year, all these videos are about scholarship. So discover this channel if this is your first time, and try to make sure that you you just scroll and see all the opportunities available here. There are experience of international student, all about the KNB scholarship in Indonesia, scholarship in in the US, sorry, a scholarship in Indonesia, and also live stream that I have already made. All these videos are all about scholarship. Okay, so I just started making video about scholarship last year. I hope these are really helping many people, because I'm getting a lot of comment like inbox pro, like DM, and edit everything related to the scholarship. So try to make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and also share these opportunities to other people who are looking for scholarship abroad. Thank you so much, and see you in the next video.